All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm always ready. I was born ready.
Hello, everybody. My name's Chris.
I'm Liz.
And
I'm the better half.
what are we doing today, Liz?
Well, we're continuing in our attempting to find what we want our channel to be about, I think. And tonight we are starting a series, maybe?
I don't know. It depends.
On how it goes.
Yeah.
On what an MLM is, and then we're just going to be kind of talking about some different MLMs over the next few weeks. So,
Possibly.
Chris, what is the definition of MLM?
An MLM, multi-level marketing, is what MLM stands for, apparently. It's, maybe you might know it better as a pyramid scheme, or a pyramid scam. It's known as network marketing. It's also known as a Ponzi scheme, which is an older term for it.
I never heard Ponzi scheme until like 2 days ago.
Ponzi scheme is like there was a guy named, I don't remember, his last name is Ponzi. He tried to go around selling things he didn't actually own back in, like, I don't know, 50s or something like that.
Oh. Like, I'll sell you the Brooklyn Bridge for $1?
Exactly, kind of like that.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess MLMs aren't really Ponzi schemes, but some MLMs are Ponzi schemes, because, believe it or not, there's some MLMs that don't actually have a product.
Well, and there are some MLMs that they claim they're going to sell you something that they can't possibly sell you. I'm going to sell you a way to be thin in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but you actually do get a product. It doesn't work, but you do get a product.
Right, but you also don't get what you're paying for.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, that is the same thing as selling you the Brooklyn Bridge. You're not getting what you paid for.
No. Although the bridge is there.
It is. So, what's a Hunbot?
Hunbots. The male version of it is called the Brobot. What they are is, sometimes you'll get a message on Facebook or any other
Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah, whatever.
MySpace?
It is still a thing. Not what it was, but it is still a thing. Anyway, Hunbots or Brobots, they're known for, hey, hun, I saw that you're tired. I have this great oil that it's just great. It gives you that extra boost of energy. Or
Sweet, can I get some?
It doesn't exist.
Oh. But you just said you had it.
Well, the oil contains caffeine.
Well, can I get some?
Yeah, it's upstairs in the fridge.
We have oil in the fridge that has caffeine in it?
Yeah, but it also has, like, carbonated water and sugars and caramel dyes.
I would call that corn syrup.
Well, corn syrup can technically be an oil, I guess.
Okay, so...
So they're called Hunbots because they don't actually address you by name. They say, hey, lady, hey girly, hey, hun. And the bots, because all the communications with them are really pretty robotic. They have a very rehearsed answer to everything. Like, this is just a pyramid scheme. No, it's entirely legitimate. Or, is this an MLM? What's an MLM? You know, stuff like that.
I've never heard of an MLM. Well, and, you know, to be completely legitimate here, some might say they've never heard of an MLM and actually be telling the truth. Like, when
It might be.
I've actually been involved in 2 MLMs, and when I first heard the term MLM, I was like, what is that? I've never heard of that. And, like, legitimately, I'd never heard of it until someone explained it to me.
I've been watching these YouTubers about, like, Tales from Retail or Malicious Compliance, and there's this one called Anti-MLM, and I'm like, what's an MLM? I don't know what an MLM is. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that's an MLM. Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, we've dealt with some of those.
Yep.
Yeah, we have.
We played that game.
So MLMs are predatory in nature, very predatory. They The Huns, as we shall call them, like...
Not associated with China.
No, or the Great Wall of China, or Mulan. Anyway.
Or Disney, well, okay, maybe not Disney.
Okay, the Huns are basically indoctrinated to find whatever it is that you want or need in your life and poke and prod that you can get that or you can have that simply by using their product or signing up underneath them to be in their downline. So if you're struggling to find childcare for your child and needing to go back to work, oh, well, hun, if you do this, sell this product, you can work from home and take care of your baby. Or you and your husband are wanting to start a family. And I apologize, most of these are going to be stereotypically the woman doing the selling because for the most part, it seems like it really is the women doing the selling and the husband having the 9-to-5 job. You know, you guys can have the ability and flexibility for you to stay at home and while you're trying to start your family while you're working with this company. Oh, well, hon, if you're struggling to get hours at your job while you're going to college, if you sign up as a distributor here, you can be starting your own business while you're in college, but you really won't need that college degree once you've started your own business and become a successful entrepreneur. Oh, well, you've got this really bad student loan debt. You know what? If you sign up with this company and start your own business with this company, you'll pay off your student loan debt in a year. I mean, those are all things that have been said by Huns and different MLMs.
I don't think they've seen our student loan debt.
Well, the student loan debt was the one that was told to me.
I don't think she's seen her student loan debt.
I don't think she saw my student loan debt.
We'll pay off your student loan debt in a... Oh, my God.
Really? You will? What do you want me to do for it? Oh, God, now I'm getting my doctorate.
Yeah.
But,
all right, student loan debt. We're number one in student loan debt. Yay.
So, to make money with an MLM, the problem here is people are... The MLMs are designed so that you fail. They're not designed so that you succeed. And in fact, the FTC actually stated that in 2017, 99% of MLM members failed at their business.
And there's something like a graph that only 0.4% of people, is it 0.4 or 0.04?
0.04.
Of people involved in MLM actually make money.
2.9% of people that go to Vegas and just bet on the roulette wheel make money.
Yeah, and
that's saying something.
Something like 10% of sales of a product that doesn't even exist, which I'm not familiar with this kind of a thing.
It's a full pyramid scheme. Like,
but,
the MLMs are, from what I'm understanding, from what I'm learning, the MLMs are like a partial pyramid scheme, and then the full pyramid scheme is 10% profit. I don't actually understand the difference. I haven't been able to look up and find the difference.
Well,
so I don't know.
They claim that 10% of people involved in this, where there's no actual product, make a profit, and like that's how many times more than actual MLM. So you make more of a profit by selling nothing than by selling something in an MLM.
And
it's just.
And the thing with the MLMs, even if you are selling a product, prices of the products are so inflated, it's crazy. To give you an example, there's an oil that through Young Living, it's rose oil. It's $280 for a little teeny tiny 5 milliliter bottle. I just went to the health food store in my local area and bought a 15 milliliter bottle of rose oil because I wanted my house to smell like roses, and I paid $5. I mean, that's insane.
You should mark that up.
I should.
Yeah,
I should. I'll sell it like a drop. I'll sell one drop at a time, $5 a drop.
Yep.
And the other issue is customers. So if you sign up for an MLM, your customers can do like I just did and go to the health food store and buy a similar product, go to Walmart and buy a similar product, go to Target and buy a similar product, Amazon, buy a similar product, or even go on the website of the company itself.
And by the
And
product.
sometimes by the product. Now, many of them require that you have a consultant in order to purchase. Young Living is one of the few that doesn't, that I've been able to find, where, and that was an issue I ran into when I was selling Young Living, was why should I order it through you when I can just go on the website and buy it?
Or I can go downtown and buy it for cheaper.
This is a valid argument.
And they always say, well, it's not pure. Young Living has a guarantee.
Seed to seal guarantee.
Yeah, where there's no chemicals involved in the extraction of the oils from the product.
And then there was one study that we were watching a YouTuber, and she said there was a study done, multiple studies done, where they found that some of Young Living's oils were cut with synthetics, which means chemicals,
Right.
which means not all natural. So the other thing with MLMs is if you want to make money, you have to recruit people to work underneath you. You can't make money just on selling the products because, like we said, the prices are so heavily inflated, no one's going to buy them, or very few people will buy them. And in order to make your commission off your people that you have signed up underneath you, you have to spend money. You have to spend real money in order to make your commission. So for I just looked up the statistics for 2 MLMs. One of them was, of course, Young Living, because I was in that one very recently. And the other one was Mary Kay. So Mary Kay in Canada, now US might be different. Canada requires that you spend $225 per month in order to make your commission. Young Living requires that you spend $50 per month to remain active. I think it's per month. It might be per year, but I think it's per month. And $100 per month to earn your commission. Now, don't quote me on the per month to remain active. I will verify that, and I will correct it if I'm wrong.
Sure.
So Chris will put a notation in the video if
I'll
I
put
was
it in
wrong.
the description.
Okay. So that being said, let's say that you're going to earn a commission of $25 this month. In order to get your commission, you have to spend this money in order to get it. So you're putting yourself further in the hole. That doesn't make sense to me.
So
You're paying the company to pay you.
All they do basically is they take your $100 and they give you 40 of it back.
Basically. You're paying the company to pay you. And you're paying the company more than you're supposed to be paid by the company to pay you.
That sounds legit.
Yeah, totally. That you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a like a labor town. In old
in like the 1800s
North America,
and stuff.
1800s, like the coal towns.
Where they give you certificates that you can only redeem in their stores.
Or they would pay you real money, but you lived on the coal mine owner's land, so you had to pay him rent. He owned the general store, so you were paying him for your groceries and your supplies. He owned the medical facility, so if you had any kind of ailment, you had to pay him. And so, let's say he paid you $50 a month, your rent was $45, your food cost $4, any medical expenses cost $2, well, you're in the hole a buck, so you gotta stay working for him. That's what it's almost like.
So if you pay me $1 million, I'll give you back $25,000. Does that sound good?
Pretty much, yeah, no. Nice try, though.
It's gonna work someday.
Another thing with these MLMs is market saturation is so high. To give you an idea, I live in a community where there are 4 cities where sometimes it's kind of hard to know which city you're in. And in my 4 cities, there are 200,000 people, according to the United States Census. Now, we have outlying communities which come into our cities to do their shopping every day. And every time I would do a craft fair or go out of my comfort zone and approach someone when I was running with my MLM, or talk to someone if they came to my garage sales about my MLM, any of that. Oh, I'm a distributor. Oh, I go through so-and-so for my oils. Oh, I just go to the health food store for mine. Yeah, but mine are more, have the seed to seal guarantee. Yeah, but the health store ones work. Or, I used those ones and I had a really bad reaction. 9 out of 10 people had one of those 4 responses. I mean, come on. How can you sell anything or recruit anyone if the market is that saturated? It would make far more sense for the company to actually put... But they're not going to do this because, you see, they make money based on the recruitments. Now, if they had it structured for the recruits to succeed, there would be a cap on the number of people allowed to be a recruit in
like
a geographical area. Yes, like franchisees. And we'll kind of get into that in next week's video as well. Talking about the idea of a franchise versus an MLM. But, you know, the problem is by the time you get into an MLM, and even if it's a not a bad one or not a horrible one, the market's so saturated you can't really succeed. It's set up against you. And not only that, but the MLMs, the people that are signing you up and the people that signed them up and the people that signed them up are not going to tell you how likely you are to fail. They're just going to show you pictures, videos, or testimonials of the 1 or 2% that succeeded. And I say 1 or 2 because there are some MLMs that more people succeed than others, so you can go up to the 2% mark. But if you think about that, that's not good. That's not great. So then you kind of start asking yourself, well, how do these MLMs get you? How do they get you to sign up if it's this bad? I know in my case with the one I was in, I was told, you know, if you get to such and such rank in 6 months, this is the reward you get from the company. And I was like, well, how do you get there? Well, you have to recruit a lot of people. Well, have you gotten there? No, I'm still working on it. How long have you been selling for the company? And she never actually told me how long she had been doing it before she met me.
She's probably embarrassed.
Probably. Because
She's like, probably, yeah, I've been selling this for 3 years.
Well, and that was 3 years ago, and I don't think she's hit silver yet. So that's saying something.
Get working on that, Karen.
In fact,
Karen.
Talking about these images and videos of people who have done well, if you look up, and we're going to put the description, or the link to this video in our description, there's a documentary that Vice did, and it's on YouTube. It's about 30 minutes long, about LuLaRoe and about 4 consultants that started out doing really well and then failed. And one of the consultants it follows, she was in the top 2 to 3% of the company. And she was making $50,000 a month, $40,000 to $50,000 a month. And LuLaRoe, she was friends with the owner of LuLaRoe, and the lady told her, you have to live in this kind of house. You have to drive these kinds of vehicles. You have to buy these cars. You have to dress this way. You have to get this gastric... It wasn't gastric bypass, but it was similar. You have to get this surgery.
It was a lap band surgery, I believe.
It was a gastric sleeve.
Yeah.
And it was permanent. Like, once you get it, it's permanent. And so the lady went and did a variation on the surgery. And she almost died from the surgery. And this person who she thought was her friend was like, okay, so you almost died from the surgery. When can you get it again? Like, there was no compassion. There was no, are you going to be okay? And so just thinking about that and talking about and meditating on that, it kind of came to myself and my husband that even though MLMs aren't all seeming bad from the surface, there might be some more not great stuff once you get deeper into them.
There are definitely some that are seem better than the others, though. Like some that do sell legitimate products. Just since they're an MLM, there's no restriction on your competition.
Yep.
And that's the bad part about an MLM. One of the bad parts, in my opinion.
It is. And like one of the ones that Chris is referring to seems to be paparazzi jewelry. When we've been researching that particular MLM for a future video, and we're not finding a whole lot of horrible stuff about it. And in fact, like I told Chris, you know, with my job, I don't wear expensive jewelry because if it gets broken, I would be pretty upset, and that is a risk at my job. But paparazzi jewelry is only $5, and it actually looks nice. So I actually ordered some because I want to test it out with my skin allergies and see if I can wear it. And we'll get into that in our future video and see what happens, you know.
And another one, our friend has Usborne.
Usborne, I think is what he said it's pronounced.
And it's an MLM, but it doesn't seem that bad. Their products are actually good. Their prices are reasonable. They have a great guarantee on them.
And our 1-year-old loves them.
Yeah, so they don't seem that bad.
So, and yeah. Tupperware is another one. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you have a piece of Tupperware from 40 years ago and it breaks, it's like, okay, you contact your local Tupperware consultant and they can replace it for you.
And Tupperware is one of those name brands that if you mention it to anybody, oh yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know it's quality.
They even, it's one of those brands that if you have a Ziploc or Rubbermaid container, they'll call it Tupperware because
it's come to be synonymous with reusable plastic
yeah.
food containers. So anyway, I think that's all we've got for tonight. Mm-hmm. Subscribe.
Like.
Comment.
Ring the bell. I don't know, something.
Let us know in the comments if you have any questions or concerns. If you have any MLMs you want us to research and talk about.
But don't advertise your MLM. Don't.
Well, you can advertise your MLM. We'll respond.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, you'll respond.
I'll respond.
Yeah. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, bell. Bye.
Bye.